Committee meeting. I call this meeting to order. I'm John McMahon. We'll start with introductions to my left.
Oliver Stan.
Student Representative Cameron Tynes.
Mike Woodlock, Assistant Superintendent. Hi, Mike Flanagan, Superintendent.
Becky Stanton.
Danielle Mathanis. Stacy Guido.
Tony Tenerella.
Hi, Joe Messina, Business Administrator.
Dan Hogan, Assistant Business Administrator.
Please rise for pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just a reminder, these meetings are audio and video recorded. Start with approval of minutes for April 28, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It carries 5-0-0. Citizen time. I see none. Correspondence, Dr. Flanagan.
None at this time, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to move 8A out of order.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. Dr. Flanagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At this time, we have Mr. Ogden, Mr. Constantinos, and our friends from Tyngsborough High School Band, who are going to go through two things tonight. They're going to make a presentation about an overnight trip that they'd like to participate in this year, next year, going to Montreal. And they're going to kind of give you an update about the band program in general. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
All right, so at this point, I'll turn it over to the high school.
All right, thank you very much for having us here tonight. The first thing, as Dr. Flanagan just said, is we're going to be looking for approval for an overnight trip. One of the things, Mr. Constantino has come in and done a fabulous job with the band this year, really trying to rejuvenate things and build it up once again. With that, he's looking to plan a trip for next spring, so I'm going to pass it to him. He can let you know more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this particular trip is the opportunity to participate in Heritage Festival, which is just a nationwide and national or worldwide festival. Honestly, they have ones in Italy, they have ones all over the place. This particular one was pretty close to us, so I thought it would be kind of a good opportunity to start off at. And it also could qualify us for a different festival that would be at Carnegie Hall moving forward, which I think would be a really awesome opportunity for the students. So to kind of give you a quick run through, this is a sample, and we wouldn't really be able to get exact things until we actually have numbers of who would be going and all that stuff, but all of these kind of work out the same. So we go up there, we would go up to Montreal, obviously all the students would have to get passports and stuff like that. They have city tours, flamenco shows. They do either like a Cirque du Soleil show or a musical. It's usually one of the two, depending on what is around the time of us going up. We get to perform at, I think before we've done the Basilica, which is in Montreal, which is really awesome. But the venues kind of change depending on the enrollment and whatnot. And this would last for 4 days. So this would be something that would be really awesome. I mean, we do all sorts of cool stuff. We would be leaving on April 22nd and coming back on the 25th. When I contacted the company that does this, it's World Strides. I've taken trips with them before. It's fantastic. They have all sorts of accommodations. They have telehealth doctors on. I mean, pretty much everything that you would need to ensure the students are safe and are having a good time. But when we had talked about this, the estimated price per person would be $837 without transportation. And that would include meal stipends and pretty much everything that they'd be doing while they were actually there, which would be fantastic. And I've been working with the TMPA in our fundraising kind of to make sure that the transportation costs would either be fully covered or mostly covered by them and all of the fundraising we've been doing this year and moving into next year. This company also allows the students to fundraise into a personal account of theirs. So say they sell a bunch of candy bars or something like that. All of that money would go into their personal account, reducing the cost of the trip for that particular student, which would be fantastic. And this is kind of just going over some of like how the company works. We do have a full refund opportunity for students, and this kind of just breaks down when that would take place. If it's 121 days before departure, it's 100%, less than 45 days beforehand. If we go with the FRP, we would be 100%. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a refund. But that was kind of what we were planning to do moving forward. So I think this would be a really awesome opportunity for them. I think both musical and cultural, getting to go to a different country and kind of see through their eyes and kind of get to experience their music and their culture would be really awesome. And if we did qualify for the Carnegie Hall Festival, that would be even better. So I just wanted to kind of present this to y'all and hope that we can kind of get the ball rolling so we can get this planned for next year.
So you're seeking school committee authorization to continue planning and coordination for this overnight field trip.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, good.
Second?
Just a question.
Sure.
On the dates, is that going into school vacation or is that the end of school vacation?
It would be the end of school vacation.
Okay.
The dates for this particular thing are pretty set in stone, just because they have one time for the festival. Unfortunately, there aren't any other festivals in this area around the same time, so it would be around here. There are other festivals that are not at this time, but around it, but they're very far away, like San Diego or something like that. I think for our first trip together with the band, this would be a pretty close, safe trip to be making, so.
Approximately how many band members are you anticipating attending?
Anticipating for next year between the 8th grade and the high school, which we are looking to continue keeping them together, probably around 70 in total. How many of them would actually decide to go on the trip might be kind of a different story, but we'll kind of know that as we reach the end of the year. There is a informational meeting that I'm just waiting for approval with, that we have with our rep from World Strides that we're willing to have to kind of give everyone the lowdown and kind of explain everything for everybody so they are fully understanding what they'd be paying for and what their kids would be doing.
So is the 45 student number an estimate once everything shakes out? It could be as much as
Yeah.
whatever the full
Yep.
count is? Okay.
It was just an estimate kind of based off of this year, looking at our numbers for next year with all the 8th graders and the 7th graders who are in the band now moving up. It'll probably be closer to 60, 70 people.
And then I just had a question actually for Mr. Ogden.
Yep.
Does this overlap with the other international trip that's
Next
taking
year
place?
would, yes.
Yeah.
The Greece trip would be similar, be on the April vacation.
Yeah, okay.
Any other discussion?
Just transportation, are we looking to bus them or fly them?
Coach buses
Coach
would be
buses.
ideal. Montreal's around a 4 or 5 hour drive. I've actually done this exact trip before, and we took coach buses, and it was a great experience, so.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries, 5-0.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Now we get to talk about the program a little bit, which is fantastic. So this year has been great so far. I mean, the students have been wonderful. I'd like to thank everybody here for welcoming me into the district. I've had a fantastic time, and they've done an incredible job so far. So kind of take a look. We have our concert band. We have been keeping up our performances that we've been doing before. We did the Festival of Trees. We did our winter concert. We had our small chamber ensemble concert just last week. And we had our great East Music Festival 2 weeks ago, where we got to perform up at the Mass Mutual Center. And then they get to go to Six Flags after, which is pretty sweet. Upcoming, we have our spring concert at 7 p.m. on the I believe it's the 27th now. Just it had to get pushed back from the, I think it was the award night. So that'll be coming up on the 27th. That'll be at 7 p.m., which will also include the 5th grade band, which is really cool because it'll be their first time performing, which is really exciting. We have our electives as well. We have guitar, electric, bass, and drum set, which ran at the first trimester, where students get to kind of play through the instruments. I take a much more hands-on approach with the instruments in the electives, where I like to have them playing every single day for at least 30 minutes. I think the only way to really understand and learn an instrument is to actually play it. Otherwise, I can tell you how to play a C chord, but until you do it, it doesn't really do that much. So that's been really awesome. The piano and keyboard lab and ukulele are the same, right? And one of my favorite things about this is I let the students pick a song or songs that they get to learn on their own, and they can kind of learn the instrument through that, which is awesome. And I think they've been enjoying it so far.
This year during
Both of them are in my ukulele classes.
This year during Ad Drop, which is the first 3 days of each trimester, there's been a lot of kids switching into these classes because the word of mouth is spreading. As I'm sure the people over here, all the people over there can say about the class, that they're enjoying it, and whether you're into music or not, and that's one of the things I give Adam a lot of credit for, is that whether you're into music or not, he makes a connection and helps you there. So even if you're me that can't strum anything, he would have that patience, because I've seen it with kids, and he does a great job with that. And by the end of the class, they might be playing something slow, but they're getting through a whole song, which is really cool.
Which I love seeing it too. It's cool to see kids go from like, I've never touched a guitar in my entire life, to at the end being like, I got to play Everlong by the Foo Fighters. Like, it's something that's really cool to me. So that's been a lot of fun, and the kids seem to be responding really well to it, which is awesome. Next year, we've got some new offerings that we're going to be doing. We have jazz band, which is going to be fantastic. That'll be running in Tri-2, I believe. And we also have a pep band that I'd like to get started. So our concert band, part of the requirement of it is going to be a pep band. We're going to play at a set number of home games for the football team. And if that turns out to be a success, then we can kind of branch out and move that into maybe hockey games, basketball games, all sorts of stuff. Just really trying to get the band out into the community and like spread the word of like, hey, we're here, we're playing, and it's a lot of fun. So come on and join us.
With jazz band as well, and I don't think he knows this, there's a total of 40 requests to take that course. It's a brand new class. Now, whether we can get every kid into that is one thing, but to have 40 requests for a brand new class is pretty good. Especially where he has, I'm not gonna say prerequisites, but you gotta have a basic understanding of music and stuff like that. So it's an awesome thing to see happen.
I did not know that.
Nope.
That is fantastic. So that's very exciting. And then last but not least, any questions? We also have some students here. I'd kind of like to have them take the field for a second and talk about their experience this year. So if you want to start, Victor, that'd be awesome.
Hi, my name is Victor Burnett. I have been in Tyngsborough Band since 6th grade, and I've really enjoyed my experience, especially this year with Mr. Constantino here. I've always enjoyed like the concerts and just playing in front of all these people, and just it's always been making me happy just to enjoy playing all this music. But this year we've definitely stepped up a lot, and it's great to just see how much the band has improved and expanded with what we've been doing this year, and it's just really great. And I'm really excited to do jazz band next year. It's just going to be such a fun and cool experience overall, and I'm just really excited to see what's going to come up next.
Do you think you'll be participating in the Montreal trip?
I do think I would like to. I just would like to see what we would be doing there, like with the activities first, before I can go. But I'm interested.
Hello, my name is Vincent O'Donnell. I've been in band since 5th grade. I want to say this year has been my favorite overall. I'm only in 9th grade, but it's been an amazing, 4 years? But it's one of my favorite things to see how excited people are this year to be in band. It seems like kids are having much more fun learning their instruments, playing, participating more. But overall, I feel like it's been a wonderful year in band, and I'm very excited to see how next year will go as well.
Same question. Are you going to Montreal?
Hopefully, if I have the ability, yes.
Perfect.
Anybody in the committee have questions?
Just a quick question about, would the pep band be an extracurricular or a class?
It would just be part of the band,
Okay.
right? We're like, similar to our performances, we'd have these set dates, like, hey, we'll be at this game, this game, this game, this game. It's just part of the class.
Okay. And would that be grades 7 through 12, 8 through 12?
It'd be the 8th grade high school band.
Okay.
Is the band playing at graduation?
Oh, yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's also a kid.
We got pomp circumstance ready to go. Awesome.
I just want
And
to
Sergeant
say
Pro.
quickly,
Stripes.
thank you for coming in. It's
Yeah.
it's nice to hear from, we don't usually have the band students come in and speak. I haven't so far since I've been on the school committee. So, it's great to have you, and it's exciting to hear. It sounds like there's all these new opportunities this year in band and for next year, and that's exciting for me to hear, because I love that you're like going out there and adding
Yeah.
to the program and trying new things and pushing the students to try new things. I think that's fantastic. And I also want to say that earlier in the year, I went on the tour of the high school, and one of the things that really stood out to me is we got to come by the band room. It was kind of during a wind period.
Yep.
And like the number of kids that were in like the recording room that were just like jamming and having their little session and hanging out, and they didn't have to be there, they chose to be there to play music together. It just was really exciting to see. It was very lively and exciting, so
Thank you.
I'm sure you guys are having fun, and I think that's awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Mr. Constantino. I've heard fantastic feedback about you from like lots of different avenues, similar to Stacy. I've seen your win period. I've also seen one of your like ukulele classes.
Yep.
I don't think you knew that we saw it, but that class was like jam-packed.
Yep.
And like knowing the students in there, it was a like cross-section of like every walk of life student in there. It was really cool to see. So thanks for bringing them all in.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, I've heard very good things. I have huge passion for music. It's been very important in my life. I probably have 6 or 7 guitars around the house. Neither one of my kids have ever even looked at them. My daughter's taking ukulele, and she came home, and she's got her nails on.
Yeah.
And I believe it was you, was helping her with different voicings of the chords that would work with her nails because she couldn't figure it the right way. So being accommodating and understanding, those things, I think is good and helps with the engagement, knowing there's different ways to get to where they need to be. So again, I've heard nothing but good things. I think this is great. I love seeing the expansion of the band. My kids play sports, so we go to sports games where the band is there and they're playing during timeouts, and I think it's a fun atmosphere. So we could bring some of that to our sports. I think that'd be amazing.
It totally changed everything. When I worked in Drake, I was part of the marching band, and we played it every single game. And like the vibe of the whole game just changes, right? Obviously recorded music's great, but having the live band and its students that they go to school with, I just think it's really cool to have to see. So, and thank you very much.
I am the parent of a band student, and you and I have had a lot of conversations about, the feedback at our house has also been great. So it hasn't been hearsay, it's been firsthand, and so just thank you for everything that you're doing for the district, in terms of all the excitement you're bringing to the program with the music and everything. I know the kids are loving it. And I mean, I've heard from Dick's brother Phil how much he's loving it too. So it's not just my kid that's excited. So it's good. It's good to hear from the students, because the reality is, like, we're parents. We have one view, but the students are the ones that we do all this for. So thank you.
I really appreciate it a lot.
I think the only comment I'd like to wrap up with is I don't think you can argue with the number 70. 70
Yeah,
students in band is amazing. And that's something we haven't seen in a long time, so thank you for that, I really appreciate
I
it.
think our elementary school right now, just the 5th grade, is like 40, almost 50 kids. Now, how many of them will matriculate up, but it's pretty fantastic.
Gotta keep them,
All right.
keep them in the program.
Keep in.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming as well.
Personnel.
Mr. Chair, we did receive notification of a retirement letter. We received 2. One did not make the agenda. The first one was, I received it just probably an hour ago. Personnel notification type, Mr. Varnum, after 33 years of service at Tyngsborough High School, Mr. Varnum is retiring at the end of next year. And earlier, about 2 months ago, Mr. Messina and I received a notification of intent to retire from Mrs. Downey. And she was unsure whether it was going to be November or the end of next year. I did receive clarification that she's going to retire November 15th, 2026. So this November she'll be retiring. So we'll read that into the minutes, so that's on the record now as well. And that's all for personnel.
Thank you. Share the success. Cameron.
Right. Good evening, everyone. This is my last day as representative, so Oliver's joining me to get a feel for his first meeting. Congratulations, and he actually has some things to share, so if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Oliver Stanton. I'm currently a junior at Tyngsborough High School, and I'm really excited and grateful for this opportunity to serve as the next student representative. One of my things that I'm really focused on is helping share all the success and amazing things that are going on throughout all 3 schools. I'd also like to share an event that's really important to me personally. In partnership with HOSA and the American Red Cross, we'll be hosting a blood drive at Tyngsborough Middle School on Wednesday, June 3rd from 2 to 7 p.m. in the cafeteria. We would truly appreciate as many donors as possible. You can sign up ahead of time online. I'd also encourage members of the school committee, administration, faculty, and community to consider donating if you're able to. And more information can be found on the Instagram, THS_blood_drives, or through the American Red Cross website by searching for the June 3rd event in Tyngsborough. Thank you again for all your support, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you.
Oh, that was not better than my first one.
Can I just make one comment? If you could get that link to all the building principals so we can push that out through the s'mores as well. I know some parents don't necessarily follow or are on Instagram, so if we can get that out more globally, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'll take it from here. And of course, this is probably the longest update I've had, so that is a good thing, going out with a bang. So last Thursday, our TES community came together for a wonderful night celebrating our students. Our 4th and 5th grade scientists proudly showcased their research skills during the science fair, presenting a wide variety of engaging and creative projects. Special thanks to Mrs. Moralka and Mrs. Gramer for their dedication in guiding students through the research process and for the extensive planning that made this event possible. Our preschool through grade 5 art show was once again an incredible display of talent, creativity, and hard work from our young artists. We are especially grateful to Mrs. Anderson for transforming the TS lobby into a beautiful museum-like gallery showcasing student artwork. In addition, the Celebration of Us event brought together families and community groups to share their cultural backgrounds, traditions, and stories. It was a meaningful opportunity to celebrate the diversity and strength of our school community. Special thanks to Mrs. Walsh, Mrs. O'Neill, and Ms. Barrows for their leadership and hard work in organizing this event. Yesterday, TES had an exciting unveiling of Name the Plow contest winner Flake May. Congratulations to Ms. McCoy's 4th grade students who were recognized by the Massachusetts Department of Transportation, the Craft Group, and the local and state officials. Students received Patriot Seams gift, a commemorative plaque that will be displayed in the TES lobby, and even had the opportunity to sound the plow horn. We extend our appreciation to Paul D. Stedman, District 4 Highway Director, as well as Sean Woods, Chief of Police, Chris Gustafson, School Resource Officer, Colin Loisel, Town Manager, Tyngsborough High School cheer and football seniors, State Representative Colleen Gary, and State Senator Vanna Howard for joining the celebration. The middle school boys and girls track and field team had amazing results on Friday at the meet at North Middlesex. 15 students qualified for the state meet in June. The 5th grade students visited the middle school on Friday to meet the teachers, get a tour of the school, and see the real story of Alice in Wonderland. A big thank you to the 5th grade teachers and students for a great visit. We look forward to having them here at TES next year. 6th and 7th grade students will be finishing up their MCAS testing today and tomorrow. The 8th grade still has 4 more days of testing, so good luck. Congratulations to the cast and crew of The Real Story of Alice in Wonderland. This weekend's performance earned them a gold medal in the METG competition over the weekend. In addition to earning the gold medal, many students brought home individual All-Star Company awards for their efforts. Congratulations to the high school robotics team on winning the New England Regional Ball Championship. AP testing has began taking place over the last week and will conclude this Friday. Talking with some students that took the exams, they are confident in how they did and are excited to receive scores this summer. Some more testing. Sophomores will be taking part in the MCAS math exam on Wednesday, May 20th and Thursday, May 21st. End of the year events for the class of 2026 get underway this Friday with the Academic Excellence Ceremony, where 24 seniors will be recognized for graduating with the 3.75 or higher GPA. Congratulations to the May Students of the Month, Emery Gramer, Gianna McKenzie, Jaden Merwin, and Arish Patel. And lastly, because this is my last meeting, I want to say thank you all for this opportunity. It was really great getting to know you all and spending my Tuesday nights here, so I wish you all and Oliver the best of luck next year. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Ken. You certainly went over the bank. Good job.
Thanks.
Subcommittee update. Did the policy subcommittee meet tonight?
We did not.
Okay.
We're going to we will be figuring out another time to meet before the next meeting.
Okay. Superintendent Evaluation Subcommittee?
So we met as a subcommittee this evening to discuss the feedback that we received from all 7 school committee members. And we will discuss the detail in executive session later.
Thank you. AP, Council 93 contract MOA?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We did receive notification from Council 93's lawyer that the custodians and maintenance signed off on everything. The MOA was presented to the committee at the last meeting, so they officially signed off. So we need authorization to vote from this full committee, at which point we will begin to amend the contract.
Excellent.
All the details in the drive.
And I will seek a motion to approve the MOA with Council 93 as presented.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. All those in favor? Oh,
I just would like to thank the custodians, our maintenance group. We came up with a good, fair contract, and I appreciate them very much. So, thank you.
thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries, 500. New business, 2026, 2027 school committee meeting dates.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do have the presentation of committee dates with one amendment off to the side. So basically, it was really just a cut and paste from what we've done the past 3 or 4 years in terms of the meeting schedule. You do two in, no meeting in July, 2 in August to get ready for the school year and kind of take off from there. I am recommending to the committee that we do add an additional meeting to close out this year on June 16th, 2026, beginning at 7 p.m. right here in the Flex Performance Space. So I guess we can include that into the proposed meeting dates as presented.
I will seek a motion to approve the calendar as presented, including the June 16th, 2026 date.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
We should not vote on this as presented because it says June 16th, 2025.
As stated for an amendment.
Sure. As stated. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries, 500. Superintendent search process.
So I'll take this slide. As you all know, Dr. Flanagan presented his intent to retire later this year, and so we have the duty as a school committee to hire a new superintendent. With that being said, this is the largest single budget in town, and it's really important that we make sure that we're doing our due diligence to ensure that we're putting the right person in that role. There was a lot of thought process that went into how we went about evaluating the role, evaluating the candidates, evaluating the possibilities and the needs of this role. One of the things that we looked at as a subcommittee, and to be clear, that subcommittee was Chair McMahon, myself, and Daniela Thanis. We looked at what's going on in other districts. So there are other districts that have open roles for superintendents. What are they getting for candidates, and what have they decided to go forward with? So in Carlisle, the school committee decided to appoint an interim superintendent. To be clear, an interim superintendent is someone that comes in for a period of time. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, until they find that right permanent candidate. In Littleton and in Reading, I'm going to kind of bunch these two together. The candidates that they received were assistant superintendents and principals, and I believe that they have selected, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe that they have selected assistant superintendents to fill those roles. And so those are the kind of caliber of applicants that were being seen out on the market, and the decisions that were happening in other districts. I also want to point out that over the last many years, since I've been on the committee, and I'm sure since before I've been on the committee, we have had a succession plan in place. So there are certain key roles in the district, not just the superintendent, several other key roles in the district where we've actively talked about succession planning. What if this role becomes open? Do we have internal candidates for that? And who might be those internal candidates? Maybe it's one, maybe there are multiple folks that are the appropriate, or could be the appropriate internal candidates for that. In 2022, when Dr. Branco moved on to another role, we embarked on a search for an assistant superintendent. I had the honor of being on that search committee, and we were looking for somebody that would fit in that succession planning. So we were looking not just for an assistant superintendent, but for an assistant superintendent that could be in the succession planning should we need to fill that superintendent role. And that at that time in 2022, we made the recommendation and hire of Mr. Woodlock to the assistant superintendent role, and we brought him into our succession planning. We've also used succession planning in the past with superintendent roles, and, you know, you can see some of these here where, you know, Mr. Champa was an internal hire. Dr. Flanagan was also an internal hire, and a pretty good one at that, I'll say. We've had student services roles that were internal hires. The THS principal roles, some of those were internal hires. Sorry, all of those were internal hires. I read that as Lockwood and not Woodlock. But we've also had superintendents that we've hired outside of district before, and you know, in recent years, maybe that didn't go so well, hiring outside of district. We can probably move on to the next slide, right? Thank you. Other things that we were considering is consistency for the district. So as you all know, with Dr. Flanagan moving into retirement, Mr. Messina moving into retirement, we're losing over 50 years of Tyngsborough Public School knowledge, just in those two roles. That is tremendous consistency that our district has had the pleasure of, and that is a huge loss to us. We also are facing another very difficult budget year in fiscal 28. We need to be able to partner with Town Hall. We need to be able to partner with the Tri-Board. We are coming up upon Unit A and Unit D negotiations. We need to ensure that we have a strong relationship with Unit A and Unit D, and provide them with the consistency as we're going into those negotiations. We have, you know, going back to that bullet point number one, the budget, you know, we really need to look at our controllable costs, and we've made some tremendous improvements, and Dr. Flanagan has set us on this phenomenal path with great momentum to improve, and not that the schools weren't fabulous before, but, you know, to continue to improve our school systems. That also, you know, I want to point out, it's not just like a one-man show where Dr. Flanagan did all of this. It is all of his staff. Like, he's only as good as his weakest link. It's all of his staff that has been supporting this. It's his central office staff, it's the principals, it's the assistant principals, it's the teachers, it's everybody that has been supporting this momentum toward our strategy for district improvement. And so through that, you know, we knew that Mr. Woodlock was a very strong candidate for this. He was hired as a strong candidate into his current role, and we did interview him on May 8th. The interview took place with Chair McMahon, myself, and Danielle, and Mr. Woodlock. And, you know, I'll just say it was a fantastic interview. You know, Mr. Woodlock has always been very well-spoken. No surprise, he was very well-spoken in the interview. He shared his passion for the district, his passion for the town, his passion for our students and our staff. And I just found it to be a fantastic interview. But I want to hand it over to Ryan and Danielle and maybe share a little bit of your insights from that interview.
Just to continue on what Becky was saying, I think one of the biggest things that stood out to me there were two things. The first was Mr. Woodlock was very clear about what his strengths were, but also where he had areas to grow and learn, and had an appreciation for the fact that when you don't know something, you have to lean in, and you know where to go, and you know where to lean in for your resources, and not to shy away from those things. Pair that knowledge of all of that in concert with having the passion for the district. To Becky's point, we've got this great momentum. We've been hearing for the last couple of years about all the movement and improvement on the SDI, all the things that the teachers are doing in the classrooms. If we place somebody in the superintendent role that is not of the district, does not know what we're doing here, we run the risk of that person coming in and ripping off a Band-Aid and coming in with their own philosophies. And it would be a shame, I think, to break the momentum that we're doing as a district. There's a lot of buy-in from the teachers and the kids and the parents on what's going on in the district. And when I am in an interview situation, I try to write down quotes that the person we're interviewing is saying. And one thing that I wrote was, where did it go? Now I can't find it. I'm finishing my career here one way or another, was something that Mr. Woodlock said in the interview. And to me, that shows a passion not for wanting to pursue career further, but to be committed to Tyngsborough and Tyngsborough Public Schools and the students in this district. There was a lot of discussion about wanting to make things better for the students, not, because teacher A said this or teacher B said that or admin A said this or admin B, but to make things better for the students and get community buy-in. And those things are so important to a smaller district like Tyngsborough. To Becky's point, it was an absolutely fantastic interview, and I could talk for 10 more minutes off the notes I wrote, but.
Yeah, I'll agree with Becky and Danielle. I've been a hiring manager in my personal life for many years, and I've interviewed many internal candidates over those years, and it goes one of two ways. Sometimes they walk in and they think it's a shoo-in, and it's very clear they didn't prepare, and the interview's a formality. Sometimes they come in and they treat it like a real interview. Mr. Woodlock treated it as if it was a real interview. He didn't walk in assuming the job was his. He was prepared, very well spoken. We didn't ask softball questions. We asked very direct questions, and he knew his stuff. He had answers. His passion for our community was very clear. Another thing, change management is a huge issue when it comes to organizations. If it's not handled correctly, it can ruin an organization. I've experienced it many times. So having continuity of that experience and that knowledge of how we operate and who we are as a school system, I think is critical to moving forward. Again, we're in a state of flux with Dr. Flanagan and Mr. Messina leaving. We have Mr. Hogan, fortunately, who's been kind of training under Joe for the last few years, so I'm comfortable with the continuity there. I'd like to see the same thing happen with the superintendent position. I think Mr. Woodlock's done a tremendous job since he's come in. His SDI presentations are phenomenal every meeting. We learn a lot, and I'd just like to see that continue, so I'm fully in support of moving forward and offering the position to Mr. Woodlock.
Do you want to open it up to Mr. Woodlock for me? Did you have anything you wanted to share?
Well, I don't have any remarks prepared. Yeah, that's all right. It's part of the deal. So, no, I think you've hit some of the big messages that I wanted to make sure were relayed when we spoke. It's really important to me. Obviously, no one expected Dr. Flanagan to retire. I consider myself one of his best friends. I've known him for a long time, and I didn't know this was coming, which is probably a good thing. But when the shock wore off and I was able to settle into my thoughts, it seemed like there was only one path that I really was comfortable with going forward, which was to apply for this job and convince you that I was the right person for it, because I truly believe I am. I'm not going to try and replace Dr. Flanagan. That wouldn't be a smart move on my part. But I think Becky, you said it, Dr. Flanagan set us on a pretty solid path. And we do have obstacles that we need to prepare for. But I think we can meet and deal with any obstacle that's in our way. One of the most difficult things I ever did was make the decision to take a job in another district and leave Tyngsborough. I have zero regrets. That decision opened up a lot of doors to me, really broadened my horizon, really sharpened my philosophy as an educator, and I learned a lot and I had a lot of great experiences for that. But that was a terrible moment for me in a lot of ways. I did it for multiple reasons, but having the opportunity to come back and be a part of Tyngsborough. I didn't grow up in Tyngsborough. I had family that grew up in Tyngsborough. I spent a lot of time in Tyngsborough, but I spent the majority of my professional life in Tyngsborough since 1998. And I love this community, and I love this school system, and the people that work here, like your mom and a lot of other people that I worked with for so long, they mean the world to me. And to Danielle's point, there's a lot of momentum. And it's really important to me that we don't break our stride. And I will do my absolute best to make sure that that doesn't happen. So thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I would like to seek a motion to enter contract negotiations with Mr. Woodlock to be the next superintendent of schools effective July 1st, 2026.
I'll move that motion.
Second?
Discussion? You good, Tony?
I'm in full support.
Okay.
So,
All those in favor?
aye.
Opposed? That carries 5-0-0.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We'll be
Mr.
talking to Mr. Woodlock.
Yeah, we'll be
Thank you.
talking.
Congratulations.
Okay. Finance, Mr. Hogan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Hard to follow that up. For signing of bills, there were 8 bill warrants for you to sign. The warrant number, accounts, and amounts were in your drive, as always. For signing of payrolls, we didn't have any for you this evening. For 10C, Valley Collaborative shared their FY26 third quarter financial reports and newsletters. Those are also in your drive. That is all I have for finance.
Thank you. School committee discussion, Oliver.
I'm all set, thank you. I already said my thank yous, I feel like covered it.
I think I've said enough tonight. Thank you.
Dan?
Congratulations, Mr. Woodlock. That's very exciting. I have to highlight Mr. Messina. This is his last school committee meeting. Of course, thank you for being an excellent leader and mentor over my almost 5 years of working with you. It's been excellent. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, may I go last?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, may I go last? No. No. Cam, you're graduating, kid.
Yes, I
Coming
am.
up, a couple more weeks. We'll see you at graduation.
Oh, yay.
I don't have any kids in the school district anymore, so listening to your reports each week, or every other week, we don't know what happens on a day-to-day basis in the school, so that's kind of cool to get all that information out and learn all the things that the kids are doing that I don't get to see anymore. Oliver, welcome. We look forward to having you. And Cam was awesome. You got big shoes to fill. So, Mr. Woodlock, congratulations. Thank you for being willing to be our superintendent of Tyngsborough Public Schools. We appreciate that. Mr. Messina, I'll see you Friday night.
Maybe.
Geez, there's a lot of like goodbyes tonight. It's kind of sad. Cam, I really enjoyed having you as our student representative. When you first came on, I knew your mom, but I didn't know you that well. And it's been kind of exciting to also see you as a member of the track team now, because I got to know you a little bit more. And I just want to say for maybe the school committee members that don't know, Cam is on our track team, and she is a fabulous mentor to our younger athletes. I have a 7th grader that's running with the high schooler team this year, and you really stepped up, along with, I have to say, the other seniors. It is a great bunch of kids on that track team. You're just a fabulous mentor. You look out for the younger kids. You don't shy away from the challenge in any way. And I have no doubt that you have big things coming for you. So
Thank you.
Congratulations on graduating.
Thanks a lot.
I'll be excited to watch you graduate. And thank you for doing such a good job keeping us updated. Oliver, we will try to be nice to you. I know that you can do this. I have faith in you. And I'm sure your mother will give you lots of tips. Joe, I want to say thank you, even though I will see you Friday night. When I first came on school committee, you were really the first person that kind of reached out and said, hey, I think you should join finance, and I'll kind of teach you behind the scenes what happens with the school. And I really appreciate that you suggested that, took me under your wing, and really gave me a deeper look into the school committee and caught me up on everything that I really needed to know to feel confident in this role. So I appreciate that, and thank you. And Mr. Woodlock, I am looking forward to working with you, continue working with you, and I have no doubt that you will continue to be a great support for us and for the school district. So thank you. And I think that's all I can handle tonight.
Congrats, Cam. Have fun with what's next. You're gonna rock whatever you do. Oliver, welcome. Sorry. We're a crazy bunch. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna do great. Mr. Messina, I cannot thank you enough for all that you've done for the district. For me personally, I'll never forget that first budget committee meeting when I had 1,000,001 questions, and I thought my fellow subcommittee members were going to throw me into a snowbank outside. But you were incredibly patient and would have stayed there until midnight if I needed it. And so I thank you for your willingness to continue to pour that knowledge onto everybody else around you and kind of spread that around. Mr. Woodlock, thank you for being willing to step up and interview. I am so thankful that you were willing to step into that role with Dr. Flanagan leaving. And I did notice Mr. Constantino, when he was talking about the Grade East festivals, which have happened since our last meeting, the grade 7 got a silver award at Grade East Festival, and grades 8 through 12 got a gold award. So further congrats to those band kids too. That's consistent from last year, so I think with as many new kids as have entered the program, I think that just speaks volumes to what's going on in the music program. So that's all that.
I'd like to congratulate Mr. Varnum on his intent to retire. Mr. Varnum was actually my English teacher when I was in high school, a 9th grader, and he's been a phenomenal teacher, coach, mentor, and so many other hats in this district. And this is a huge loss to the school district, but I wish Mr. Varnum all the best. He's just an amazing guy. But you have a whole year, Mr. Varnum, so. Mr. Constantino and the band students, thanks for coming. Like, I'm just so happy to see the growth in the band and to hear from everybody about the band. Cam, good luck.
Thank you.
I know we'll see you in so many different activities over the next couple weeks, but you did a fantastic job this year.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate your presence, your energy, and I think it's already been said, but you'll do wonderful things in the future.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mr. Woodlock, congratulations and thank you. I look forward to continuing to work with you. And Mr. Messina.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
But I'll save it for Friday night.
Yeah, so, wow.
Sorry.
What are you doing? Can't do that. My word. Oliver, welcome.
Thank you.
Big shoes to fill. Really big shoes to fill. Cam, Chestnut Hill, you're going to crush it.
Thank you.
For Boston. Enjoy it. I want to say, because he's not going to say it, that the number of calls that came in over the past 4 months, any chance Mike Woodlock will apply for the superintendency, any chance we can get Mike Woodlock to apply for the superintendency, whether it's any district up there or other districts out there, he was a commodity, and he was recruited actively. And the fact that he wants to be part of this place is phenomenal. So, congrats, congrats, good luck. The town of Tyngsborough is so fortunate. It's unbelievable how fortunate you are. Congrats, and you're gonna crush it. But unlike Joe said to Dan, call me anytime, lose my number. Mr. Messina, 25 years. 25 years at this table. Unbelievable. What a run. And I'm going to talk more Friday night. I can't talk about you right now. I'll talk to you later. So fortunate, this community, for everything you've done, your steadiness, your surefire hand, but most importantly, and I'm going to say it again Friday night, you got it. Like, you got it. Business managers sometimes don't understand. It's about kids. It's about prioritizing their needs. And you always said, whatever we have to do, we'll do. And you did it, and you held to your word. And the town of Tyngsborough is so fortunate to have had your leadership for 25 years. So fortunate. So thank you for everything you've done. That's it.
All right. It felt like a short meeting, but we covered a lot tonight.
Not bad, 40 minutes.
No. Oliver, welcome aboard. It'll be a fun ride. I would recommend wearing a hat so Tony doesn't get jealous. He's going to pick on you.
Or cut your hair.
It's going to be every meeting, Oliver, just be warned.
Cam, you were phenomenal. We're going to miss your attitude and your outgoing personality.
Thank you.
I know you're going to be incredibly successful with whatever's next, so good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to thank Becky and Danielle for interviewing Mr. Woodlock. I want to thank Mr. Woodlock for interviewing. everybody involved took it very seriously. It was very clear, and I'm very happy with the outcome. So congratulations, Mr. LeBlanc. Very, very happy. Joe, I think the district is going to miss you a terrible amount. I know personally, I've never seen anybody with the recall that you have, sitting in negotiations with you, remembering 5 contracts ago, this was bargained for that, and you could pull it out, and you knew, like, absolutely unbelievable. You were incredibly positive and happy. The only time I ever saw you upset was when somebody questioned your numbers once. I learned never question Joe's numbers. Outside of that, absolutely great addition to the team, and the community's truly going to miss you.
Thank you.
And I think congratulations to the class of 26. I think this is our last meeting before graduation.
Yep, yes, you're right.
Mr. Messina's going last?
Yeah, Mr. Messina.
I'm going last. I'm going to move over there so I can see all of you, because I can't see everybody over here. I'm going over without notes, so
Oh, boy.
don't be afraid. I'll be as quick as possible. So one of the things that the superintendent actually shared with me is a nice little database that he created of all of our school committee members and their years of service going back, Mike, I think to 99.
Yes.
And I took that and I said, okay, who have I worked with and how many years I've worked with? And I'm going to be informal. It's my last meeting, so formality's out the window. But Tony, 13 years, you and I together. Robin Bird, who aren't here, 11 years. Ryan, 9 years. Becky, 8. Danielle, 4, but that's only because I'm stepping out. Stacy, only 2. I know Ryan always says the groups that are here, hey, you guys were the best. You guys were the best presenting to us. I really do think you guys have been the best school committee that I've worked with. I really hope that, you guys continue to serve the town. And certainly Stacy and Danielle, I hope you're there as many years as I've worked with everybody else. I mean, the support that you've given the office has been great. Woody and Dan, I think, they may not have 50 years of knowledge in their roles, but Woody's got plenty of years of knowledge here. Dan's building his knowledge base. He's going to shine. He's got to get out of, Joe's got to get out of the way so he can truly shine. And as the superintendent said, I'm not walking away. I'm going to be there to help through the transition, work through the numbers. But to the superintendent, I mean, Mike's part of the reason that I think a lot of the people stay in this district. His leadership's been great. And, if I do everything for the kids, it's because he's drilled that into me in all the years we've worked together. And Don Champa, who was one of your superintendents for years, those two have really transitioned me from a business guy to an educator. And understanding what my role as an educator is for the kids. And lastly, I'm going to say it, I've said it in a lot of the finance meetings, I think the funding system for education is broken. Mike and I love West Wing. We always talk about West Wing, and I did the middle school news last week, and I said, one of the things Sam Seaborn said in that is schools should be palaces, and they really should. And I think the funding formula is broken. I think the federal government and the state government should not be putting the 2.5% restriction on education and leaving it up to the voters to decide that the only way we can have palaces is to increase what we have to pay for the schools. I think doing that is unfair to the taxpayers of the town, but when we can only grow at a maximum of 2.5% when all our other costs are going up by 4 and 5%, it doesn't make sense. And I really would urge anybody to do something about that, because schools should be palaces, and I really believe that. And again, I've worked with 34 school committee people, 4 superintendents, 3 3 great superintendents. We had a 2-year lull of, not so great there, but,
No filter, it's the last meeting, there's no filter.
Ryan says don't say enough, so, we're taking the filter off, but,
Do you want any names?
I think we can all figure it out. I think it's the elephant in the room. Thank you. It's been great. I don't know what all this talk is on Friday night. I was hoping to go down the Cape Friday night, so I look forward to that. But again, I just wanted to come over here and just share my thoughts with this group. I appreciate that you take your time out of your lives to support the kids, and you do this out of your own volition. There's a lot of apathy out there where people don't want to step up and do the jobs that we need as volunteers in this town, and thank you for everything you do. And I'm done.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Mic drop.
Thank you, Joe.
I won't break the mic on Mr. Piper, but that's it.
Thanks.
We do have a need for executive session to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel. This will require a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call vote. In favor?
In favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
We're in executive session. Have a night.
Awesome.
You get to leave all of it.
Okay.